Welcome to this joint press conference. We will begin with statements by the presidents, and then we will have time for few questions. This event will have simultaneous translation and interpretation. President Niinistö, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon. First of all, President Zelensky, it's a great pleasure to host you. I have had possibilities of visiting Kiev and you many times, and I have presented this invitation many times. It's great that you had a possibility of coming. President Zelensky wished also that in combination with this visit, he would like to meet also Nordic prime ministers, and during these weeks we have, with your people and Nordic people, done a lot of work to make this succeed, and it does. Later on today we will have a meeting of 6 persons, 2 presidents for prime ministers. We had a short discussion already about our bilateral relations. Well, I told Mr. President that we will support and continue to support you. The 15th package is now under preparation, and I'm sure that the next one is 16th. So we continue that. When we met last time in January in Kiev, we talked about peace too. We know your plans about that, and maybe even a peace conference. That is what we support. Peace is very important to have a just peace for Ukraine. We talked about global situation also because it seems that the Russian attack in Ukraine and Ukrainian defense have raised also issues globally which are not directly linked to the war, but nevertheless do touch nations and opinions. In a way, it seems that there is a competition of nations' souls going on worldwide. And I was in South Africa. Mr. President, you talked with President Xi. It's very important that the correct message is given worldwide in these circumstances, and we cooperate in that too. So with these short comments, we can come back later on in the evening. I will give the floor to you. Please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thanks for hosting us.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Dear Mr. President, dear journalists, first of all, I would like to thank you. I prepared some words. I think it's very important to say, to address to you, to your society. And thanks for this invitation to visit Helsinki. And I feel this visit will be very productive. Our delegation will come back home with what our soldiers and all who work for our defense are expecting. And when we are strengthening our lines of defense, when we are restoring our borders, we are making tougher and stronger the borders of all our partners. We think so, and we believe in it. All our partners, of course, Finland, and the old capital of the aggressor state is within several hundreds of kilometers from here, from Helsinki. But due to our joint security efforts, your historic winter fight for freedom, and our brave fight now, and our partners' current force, due to our joint efforts, the aggressor will never make its way to Helsinki. And I want to express on behalf of all Ukrainians, to all Finnish people, our admiration with your courage. And in Ukraine, almost really every bookstore sells the books about your war for freedom, or the memories of your national hero, Marshal Mannerheim. It speaks a volume. And of course, it was defense from Russian aggression, the main topic of our today's negotiations, all defensive aspects. Finland consistently supports our freedom and territorial integrity and our sovereignty and all the principles of international law on which peaceful coexistence between nations depends. And I'm grateful for already 15 packages, like Mr. President said, of military aid. It's crucial for us, and that Finland has provided to us, to our people, to Ukraine. And today we have agreed to speed up the delivery of the 15th package and have begun the preparation of the next 16th defense package, which is so important for us. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Finland and President personally support our efforts to bring a lasting and just peace for Ukraine, for all our land and all our people. It's on this basis that we cooperate to implement our peace formula. And I thank you, Mr. President, both for your personal contribution to strengthening the global coalition working to stop Russian aggression, and for your help in implementing the points of the peace formula. I thank the entire Finnish society, every family and every company, every public figure and politician who help our country and our people. And we appreciate that Finland was one of the first who respond to requests for help when massive missile strikes by Russian terrorists were directed against our country's energy infrastructures, schools, universities, etc. And I thank the business of Finland for the assistance coordinated with the Finnish government and the timely delivery to Ukraine of the energy equipment we needed. And of course, we shall discuss today. We'll have possibility our cooperation in matters of European and Euro-Atlantic integration, and I thank Mr. President for expressing his support for Ukraine. We also will discuss preparation for the next EU sanctions package against Russian aggression, against Russia for this terror, as well as compliance with existing sanctions, which Russia is constantly trying to evade. All of us should remember that the harder we put pressure on aggressor, the faster the aggression will end. And I believe that this year will be decisive for us, for Europe, for Ukraine, decisive for victory. Thank you, Finland. Thanks, everyone who helps us. Slava Ukraine.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
And then we have time for a few questions. First, Petja Pelli, Helsinki.